everybody, welcome to day 12. Today is connection of yoga to your everyday life. I think so often it's a misconception that yoga is something that happens on the mat in a studio, but actual asana, the poses in yoga, that's just a portion of it. A lot of yoga is actually just being yoga. So when you're in yoga practice and you're connecting to yourself, maybe connecting to your love, connecting to your gratitude, the focus of today is to see how we can actually transfer that off of the mat and into our everyday life. And one of my favorite quotes around this is by Baron Baptiste, and he says, go from a human being doing yoga to a human being yoga. So we really want to embody these practices so that we can spread this throughout our community, throughout our relationships, and hopefully the whole world. So we'll meet standing at the top of our mat. We will be using 2 blocks. Even if you just have a water bottle, grab something because you will want it. Coming to Tadasana, at the top of our mat, palms facing forward, arms down by the sides. We'll start by grounding into all 4 corners of the feet. We can do this by rolling forward and back. You can kind of shift side to side. And then moving up through the legs, gentle bend in the knees, and then engaging the hamstrings and quads to support the lower body. Pulling the core towards the spine. Pulling the shoulders over the hips, rolling the shoulders up and down the back. And then the arms are pretty relaxed, but again, palms facing forward. Inhale, raising the up, palms come to touch. And exhale, hands through heart center. Repeating that again. Inhale, raising the arms up. And exhale, hands through heart center. This time, raising the arms up. And exhale into your forward fold, bending the knees as much as you need since it is early. Inhale, halfway lift, leading with the heart. And exhale, folding down. Inhale, halfway lift again. This time, arms come out to the sides, palms facing down. And exhale, releasing forward. This time, halfway lift, hands can come to shins, out to the sides, or stretching overhead, just getting into the backs of those legs. Exhale, fold, placing the hands down, stepping back to plank. Inhaling here, and exhale with or without the knees, and lowering onto the stomach. Inhaling into cobra pose, opening through the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Slowly walking the feet towards the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, folding. Bending through the knees, inhale, raising the arms up, palms come to touch again. And then swan dive, forward fold this time, leading with the heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold, placing the hands down, stepping back to plank. Moving through your flow, exhaling as you lower. Inhaling as you open to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slowly pedaling out the feet, taking a moment here in down dog, just checking in with how it feels today. Regardless of the sensation, can you keep a calm mind and an open mind? Step or hop towards the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bending through the knees, inhale, raising the arms up, palms come to touch. Hands through heart center for a moment. Sitting the hips low to chair pose. As you sit the hips low, the arms will raise. The feet and knees can be hips width apart or toes touching, heels slightly separated. Again, if the shoulders are a little tired from yesterday, understandable, you can bring the hands to heart center or keep them extended. Inhaling, opening the heart, and forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold, stepping back to plank. Moving through a flow, exhaling as you lower. Inhaling as you open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Raising the right leg up on the inhale. And exhale, stepping the right foot forward between the hands, placing the left heel down and coming up to warrior two, gazing over the right middle finger. Pretty deep bend in that front knee and making sure again that the right knee is opening towards the right. Flipping the front hand, inhale, reverse your warrior. The left arm comes low, the right arm is high. And then as you exhale, straightening through the front leg, and this is when the blocks might come in handy, and placing the hand either onto the shin, a block, or the ground, preparing for triangle pose. Inhale, coming up, and now reverse triangle. So the left arm comes low, the right arm comes high, but that right leg stays straight. And then windmill both arms down, framing that right foot, removing the block if you have it. Stepping back to plank and choosing a flow or going straight to downward facing dog. Using your breath as a guide and moving at your own pace. Raising the left leg up on the inhale. And exhale, stepping the left foot forward, preparing for warrior two on the left side. Opening up and gazing over the left middle finger. Flipping the front hand, inhale, reverse your warrior, right arm comes low, left arm is high. And then exhale into triangle pose, shifting the hips back. The left arm comes low, the right arm comes high, maybe onto that block again. Making sure that the right arm isn't opening too far over to the right. We want it to be right above our shoulder. And again, palm facing the right side of our mat. Relaxing that left shoulder as much as possible. Inhale up through center, reverse triangle. The right arm comes low, left arm is high. We keep a strong front leg. Windmill both hands down to frame the left foot, removing the block off to the side. Stepping back to plank and moving through your flow, exhaling as you lower. Inhaling as you open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step or hop towards the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bending through the knees, inhale, raising the arms up. And now sitting the hips low into chair pose, coming into that twist that we did a few days ago. The right arm comes back, the left arm comes forward, or that right elbow comes outside of the left elbow, comes outside of the right knee. If you have the prayer arms, again, reaching the thumbs so that they're almost trying to touch the sternum and we're raising the heart towards the ceiling. Inhaling up through center and then stepping that left foot back right into warrior two, a little bit of balance there. If you don't have the block nearby, have it nearby because we want it for this next pose. Flipping the front hand, repeating the reverse warrior. And then exhale, side angle, exhale into triangle. Right arm comes low, left arm is high. This time, bring the block with you when you come up. And we're gonna come into revolved triangle. This one's a little tricky, don't hate me, but just give it a shot. So you might wanna step that left foot in a little bit, and we're gonna reach the hips towards the ground, placing the left hand on the block. And then the right arm will raise. If you find that you wanna move the block a little bit lower, that's fine. Continue breathing. This one is a little bit more difficult, but how can you keep that essence of being yoga even when there is difficulty in the posture or life? One more breath here, inhale. And exhale. Your next inhale will windmill the arms up. The left arm raises, the right arm follows. Left arm comes down, right arm comes high for reverse triangle. Windmill both hands down to frame the right foot, removing the block, stepping back to plank. Moving through a vinyasa, exhaling as you lower. Inhaling as you open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step or hop towards the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, raising the arms up again, palms come to touch, and then moving into that chair pose, sitting the hips low, open twist here, or that right elbow comes outside of the left knee. Again, remembering to reach that right rib cage towards the ceiling, And then continue relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. From here, coming to center, a little bit of balance, stepping that right foot back and opening all the way to warrior two. Reverse your warrior, right arm comes low, left arm is high. And then exhale into triangle pose. Again, bringing the block, hand onto the block. Right arm is high. On your next inhale, bringing the block with you, switching hands with the block, maybe even stepping that right foot forward a little bit, and then revolving your triangle. We'll open up, and then the right arm comes low, left arm comes high. Really checking in with the hips here. The hips are going to want to reach over towards the left. We want to pull the left hip back while reaching the right hip forward. One more breath here. And then removing the block, windmilling the arms all the way up. The right arm comes first, left arm follows, coming into reverse triangle. The right arm low, the left arm high. Windmilling both hands down to frame the left foot. Stepping back to plank and moving through a flow, exhaling as you lower, inhaling as you open, and exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to repeat that all one breath per movement, so a little bit faster, and then we'll relax. So see if you can, again, hold on to that sense of being yoga. How can you stay calm, collected, focused, even when there's a little bit of effort going on? Step or hop towards the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and then sitting into chair pose right away, raising the arms up. Hands come to heart center, twisting over to the right, open twist, or with the elbow. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, coming to center, stepping that left foot back, opening to warrior two. Inhale, flipping the front hand, reverse your warrior. Exhaling into triangle pose. The right arm lowers, left arm is high. Grabbing that block if you have it. On your next inhale, coming up through center, switching the block, stepping that left foot forward if you'd like. The left arm then comes down, the right arm raises. Revolved triangle. Releasing the block off to the side, windmill the arms up, reaching that left arm, and then the right arm follows. Reverse triangle, keeping that front leg straight. And then windmill both hands down, stepping back to plank. Choosing a flow or straight to downward facing dog, even a child's pose for a breath if you'd like. Step or hop towards the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sitting the hips low, raising the arms up to chair pose. Hands come to heart center, and then we either open into the twist or right elbow outside of the left knee. Make sure you're breathing still. Inhaling through center, stepping that left foot back, a little bit of balancing, opening up to warrior two. Flipping the front hand, reverse your warrior. On your next exhale, straightening into the front leg triangle pose. The left arm comes low onto the block. Right arm is high. As you come up, inhaling through center, switching the grip of the block. Maybe stepping that right foot forward a bit, opening to the left. And now the right arm comes low, the left arm is high. I promise this is the last revolved triangle. Inhaling, windmill the arms up. The right arm reaches, the left arm follows into reverse triangle. And then windmill both hands down, framing the left foot, stepping back to plank, moving through a vinyasa if you'd like, or taking a moment of rest. We'll all meet in downward facing dog at our own pace. When you do arrive, raising the right leg up on the inhale, and exhale, stepping the right foot forward. Dropping the left knee down, and instead of coming into our typical
Anjali asana, where we're pretty deeply bent, we want to come into a 90-degree angle with both legs. So we're upright, and then we're going to reach the hands inside of the right foot and turn that left foot to parallel with the back of the mat. Just a really nice hip stretch. And then the arms are going to be as though in downward facing dog. And we use the arms to shift the hips back. The head will relax down. See if you can slow down the breath here. Connect back to yourself. Connecting to the deeper meaning of yoga outside of the physical realm. Slowly coming back to center, coming onto hands and knees, and just taking a round of cat and cow, allowing the hips and shoulders to come back into alignment. Arriving in downward facing dog when you're ready, and raising the left leg up on the inhale. And stepping the left foot forward. And again, that right knee will come down a little bit shorter of a stance than we're used to. And then walking the arms out to the right, those right toes will turn in towards center. Reaching the arms out on a diagonal and then shifting the hips back. We do want that left knee to stay over the heel versus going too far forward or not far enough. Slowly walking hands back to center, coming on to hands and knees. Inhale, opening through the heart. And exhale, rounding the back. Slowly walking the knees forward. Letting the hips fall to either side and extending the legs out in front of us. Continuing the twists. We'll cross the right leg over the left knee, and your option is to keep that left leg long or bend through the left knee. We just want both hips to feel really grounded down. The right arm will raise on the inhale. We'll place the right arm behind us. The left arm can either wrap around the knee or the left elbow can come outside of the knee, just like in chair pose, like we were doing earlier. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale, curling from the core. Maybe looking over that back shoulder. Slowly unraveling back to center. We're gonna do something a little bit weird, because why not? We're gonna walk our hands over to the left, raising the hips towards the ceiling. Keep walking over to the left. And then now the right hip will come down and the left leg comes on top. I've taught this before and I've looked out of the class and like half the class is turned around. So if that happened to you, that's totally fine. We want to have the right leg either extended out or the right leg bent in. Left foot is on the ground. So raising both arms up, the left arm comes back behind you, and then the right arm is going to wrap around or that right elbow outside of the knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale, looking back. And if anything came up while we were doing that little weird transition, see how you reacted to it. If you were able to just be like, I messed it up, whatever, that's great. If you ended up getting a little frustrated, that's okay too, but just notice how maybe you can embody yoga a little bit deeper when things do get a little weird or unexpected. Slowly unraveling back to center, extending both legs out in front of you, and shaking the legs out. And if you have your blocks nearby, grabbing the blocks and bringing them off to the sides. We're just going to do a gentle seated forward fold using the blocks as just a rest for the arms. So instead of reaching the arms towards the toes or the feet, we're just going to rest the arms on the blocks. And they can be however they're most comfortable. We just want to let the upper body kind of hang over the legs. We'll inhale to lengthen the spine. And then exhale, really releasing forward. If you're wanting more of a stretch in the hamstrings, flexing those toes towards the knees to extend the heels towards the top of the mat. If this feels really intense, you can always sit up on a blanket or bring a blanket underneath the knees as well. One more breath here, inhaling and exhaling. Coming back up to center. Removing the blocks, scooting the hips forward, and coming onto our backs. Bending the knees towards the chest and rocking side to side will prepare for happy baby. So flexing the feet, pulling the feet with either the hands on the shins, or the hands around the hamstrings. And you can rock side to side. And see if you can connect to the part of yourself that was embodying yoga before you even knew what yoga was. And I think a lot of this is in children. A lot of children, they trust, they're joyful, they're happy, they're free, because they haven't had too many experiences that have taken that away yet. Bending the knees towards the chest, rocking side to side one last time, and then extending your left leg long, keeping the right leg bent in towards the armpit. And then reaching the right knee across the chest, the left hand guides it, the right arm extends out to the side, palm facing the ceiling. Maybe closing the eyes here. And the embodiment of yoga doesn't have to look a certain way for everyone. For some people, it might just be smiling and asking how people are on the streets or people they run into. For others, it could just be spending quality time with their children or pets. And for others, it could be taking time to get outside and connect with nature. Slowly unraveling back to center and extending the right leg long. Bending the left knee in towards the chest. And then now the right hand comes outside of the left knee, guiding it over to the right. And now the left arm extends out to the side, palm facing the ceiling. Maybe closing the eyes here. One more breath here, inhaling and exhaling, unraveling back to center. Bending the knees towards the chest one last time, squeezing everything up to center, and then extending everything long for Savasana. Arms come down by the sides, palms facing the ceiling, and letting the toes fall out to the corners of the mat. Maybe even gently tucking the chin to the chest to find length in the back of the head.
Before making any movements, just take a moment to check in with how you feel now. There might be some differences physically or emotionally since the beginning of class. And just let those sink in for another moment. Maybe bringing some movement to the fingers or toes. And when you're ready, bending through the knees and rolling over onto either side, using your upper arm as a pillow for the head. Slowly pushing our way up through center and coming to a comfortable seat. Bringing the hands together in front of the heart. And always know that the light and love within me is very honored and proud to witness the vibrant and unique light within each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I wanted to throw in a little bit of difficulty, a little bit of fun and kind of goofiness, and also a lot of calmness so that you can see how to embody the pure essence of yourself, the truth, yoga, through different aspects of the physical practice so that you can take them off the mat today. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.